not. Yeah, Jotun doesn't count. Okay, Jotun doesn't count. Jotun's a. Jotun doesn't have the curse anymore. The curse worked. Worked its
Oh,
magic.
oh dear.
Um, Trying to think of everything else just to. If you're looking at what your exhaustion level is on your character sheet under death saves, it will show you the number. Please look at that number before you take your turn, because and then if you don't know what that number means, please look that up. Only because keeping track of your exhaustions is like, you guys could keep track of your exhaustion. Just look at the number and know what to do. And yeah, that's all I got. So well, as you note, Kester stumbling out of the room, still holding on to the strange kind of green wooden wand. Yerm, you note from your west that there seems to be green glowing, just flickers coming in. You just kind of get the feeling that somewhere across the arrow slit is something staring at you, almost chattering. Uh, what do you do?
So taking his mirror, I'm just gonna kind of aim it somewhat at the white source. What does he see in the reflection?
You see a massive green kind of just glowing coming from the arrow slit. You don't really make anything other than just a ghastly green kind of pulsing out.
Uh, Realizing they pubs that much time up here, I'm just gonna try and skedaddle out of there, and that's my turn.
You are muted. And also I have to
Ah, that sucks.
and also I have
That
to
was a lot.
ask, like, is Foundry lagging for anybody else? Because on my side it's like going
Just
abysmally
you.
slow.
At least for me, it's just you.
Yeah, mine is never. Yeah, mine is always pretty okay. If I get a disconnect, I'll let you know.
Cause I tried refreshing it, but for some reason
It's really
it's
just
the same thing.
Foundry
So
is. You could just think of Foundry as an actual app. Like, it's a web, it's a browser based hosting, but Foundry itself is literally just like running a video game. So it's gonna tax the shit out of your system. It's resource hungry as fuck. That's why I said if your connection isn't like literally like a heavy LAN or fiber optic, you're gonna run into a bunch of lag and just like latency issues. Um, and then that's like on top of it, the server might be bad, and if there's a server issue, then we're all fucked. That said, going back into the berserker lair, Casimir notes just kind of the berserkers kind of readying and looking around. You note the queen just kind of nods sadly as she received just kind of a agreement among her berserker brethren that well, she should probably be a little more assertive. Um, Kind of noting the green glow bouncing off of the amber covered walls from the eastern exit. Casimir just kind of looking north shrugs down towards Tilgrim. Oof, there's some flaming skulls. Well, they're outside, and I killed his accent because I don't remember how to do it. So fuck him. Um, he just kind of nods. I don't think uh, I don't think it would be a good idea to go north just yet. If what the others are saying is true, and the queen is to be believed, whatever is above us is well enough to turn a wizard into ash and burn this apprentice's face off. You note Helwa just kind of sitting there, tapping her spear on the ground, just nodding profusely. Her eyes just kind of locked on Tilgrim. Casimir just kind of moves down towards Gil and just looks him over. And you, why would you want to travel with us? What do you bring to this group?
Hmm. Recon, healing magic, and another body to protect everyone. I do my fair share.
You kind of
To
see
put my
him
weight,
shake his head. Go ahead.
oh, it says to put my weight around. Actually, I've been best not to be useless at all.
You could see him just kind of shake his head. Hmm. Well, if that's the case, first order of business, this little one, he kind of just nods over the Tilgrim. You see her limping around. She hasn't had it easy. Make sure she stays alive. I'll be counting on it.
Gotcha. Very
Uh,
well.
Looking back towards Tilgrim, Casimir just shakes his head. Uh, I'll go deal with the east. If you want to go north, I imagine the queen would be so kind as to help, but I wouldn't suggest it. He says this as he misty steps through the door and appears next to Bennett. Looking towards Bennett, you could see Casimir pull a dagger out from his just front of his chest as he kind of looks on. Uh, what say you? Uh, take care of these skulls with me. I want to have a bit of a chat.
Alright. As long as you can multitask.
He just kind of nods. I'll do my best. With that, he kind of puts a palm up and just kind of looks at one of the flaming skulls. Hmm. He kind of just notes a few things and then pulls back. Hmm. Afraid I don't have a cantrip to help in this situation. Hmm. He kind of just stands ready to dodge and just ends his turn. This brings us to Gil. Standing in the room, you note the berserkers relaxed more, but kind of a few of them starting to get up as a request was asked last session. Noting this, you note the berserkers again readying. Tilgrim just standing there looking towards the northern door. What do you do?
First thing I'll do is um from that ask well space distance took shall we well I was instructed to protect you so shall we head towards the eastern gate? Let's take on five.
You said Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Eastern Gate.
Oh, well, eastern door. No.
Uh, Nodding, I say, yeah. If these things are behind this door as well, then you might as well face the ones that are coming to us right now. I'm
If I
behind you.
may, okay. If I may, could I assist you with your injuries?
Uh,
Where?
Looking at Gil a bit. Sure, just don't do anything weird.
Hmm. Hmm. So,
And I kind of just stand there a bit apprehensive.
hmm. Character-wise, exhaustion HP. How it's from 1 to 10? How's your how you feeling? Horrible to pain-wise.
Oh, well, I'm exhausted. But you can see that I'm not really in the best of health. I'm quite exhausted.
Oh, very well then.
Big cuts and bruises.
Damn, there's no contract allow me to heal. Okay, you see, but you're gonna sit down on the floor. As it does this, he can chanting in Druidic. I am Eta Bata as One of his tattoos appears a axolotl. It's crawl over to him and like crawl over to Tilgrim and like tap her I don't know if she's wearing boots, shoes, or something like that. And
Pilgrim?
yeah, you see like a tattoo of axolotl appears
Okay.
jumping off from Gale's body. It's gonna water over to you and taps your boot or shoes, and he will cast. What the your character is not honey.
It's leather shoes, by the way.
Okay, okay, shoes. So, yeah, and he'll cast Healing Spirit. Cast. So at the start of turn, you gain 1d6 HP. Just stand there until you feeling better. Once you're healed up, we can leave. As you go back down, sitting down, and you see the like a watery like I see the exotic it's like someone like a water barrier around Pilgrim, relieving her wounds.
I just stand there a bit confused as I see all this happening.
Okay,
You see, like it's a barrier of water is around me, right?
it's like more of a cloak wise.
Okay. Okay.
And then yeah, and I'll move right here, and that end my turn.
Okay. Uh, so sorry, I'm trying to count. Let me do something real quick because he's not here, but his pass without traces. I'm not trying to penalize motherfuckers, but I do need to know what time this is. 1 hour. Oh, okay, he's fine. Khan hides in the shadows, but isn't Carl talking? Yeah, Carl is talking. Oh, he's texting. He'll be all right. What time is it? Yeah, he'll be fine. This brings us to Tilgrim. As the cooling cloak of water just kind of washes over you, you know the creature just kind of moving near and there, just ensuring that the cloak stays finally wrapped around you. You know that doesn't seem to move with you. Instead, stepping out of it just makes it stay it still. You think back to um, it's it's sorry, it's Gale.
Yes, Gil.
So it's just
Hmm?
Gale. Okay.
Hmm?
As you are restored with 3 health.
All right. Let me go. Oh,
Um,
did it happen
Mhm.
already?
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you feel your skin just kind of rejuvenate. What do you do?
Um. Okay. Currently, seeing as how the green glow is, well, gaining, getting closer towards the eastern door, I am going to, uh, I am going to actually, yeah, kind of. Wait, I don't remember how these move. This doesn't matter. I'm going to move. Actually, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to stay here and prep. Okay, no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 10 feet here and yeah, 10 feet there. Yeah, there we go. And looking down the hallway, I see that. I'm going to take the dodge action and in my turn, seeing the flame swallows, I ready myself for uh uh to I ready myself in casting any offensive and defensive spells. I'm taking the dodge action, and that's my turn. Sorry, it took a bit. I had to think of what I was going to do.
I mean,
Do I have a line of sight with the skulls or no?
I'm just I'm s- the skulls are floating 10 feet above, so if they look down generally,
Oh,
you would, yeah, they would be able to see you under the doorway. But sorry, I'm stuck between a DM and like a want to punch you in the head moment. I had to compose myself. Um, that ends your turn.
uh, yes.
Okay. This brings us to the opposite end of the world in a very quiet corner. We find ourselves with Lucian. Uh,
I just needed to do that really quick. I'm hoping that if maybe we update a thing, things will start working or completely break. One of the two. I have to close tabs I had up lurking. And quit that. Reopen it. There we go. I had to force myself out.
Looking back at the door over here, I suppose I'll just move a bit closer to examine it. 5, 10. And I'll go down to about 5 feet off the ground. And looking over the door, is the door made of... Well, does the door seem to be the kind of amber that Casimir said to watch out for? Any kind of like specks or anything in it?
looking over the door, you just know that it just seems to be a thick and heavy brown um coated just amber door. You know you can almost see through it, but it's so thick in the middle that your ability to kind of peer through it just shows just almost a reflection of you. In the amber, you note that it's not your reflection. There's no visual. It's just kind of a shadow, and it moves when you move, casting off almost just the tiniest light from whatever's behind it. You don't note anything on it as you kind of look up and down. You just notice just a handle piece um, below you with just another just piece of amber that just looks like you can grab it and twist it. You're not really sure of what you're specifically looking at, though. In terms of what Casimir said, you don't recall inquiring specifics.
He didn't. What do you mean?
I mean, other you don't note that you can't tell if this is the door that Casimir told you to watch out for, basically, or at least the piece of amber. Like you,
Like all I remember, he said something about specs on the specific amber, and
oh
if I
yeah,
look away after,
I
yeah, stuff like that.
I answered that part by saying you don't notice anything as you look
Okay.
at it. You know,
And from behind the door, it's just listening in more closely. It's clearly the voice of Lady Whitehaven.
there's no doubt.
I'll float to about 2 feet off the ground. And what kind of handle was the door? Is it something I can? Is it something I just pull or? Ah, it's something. It needs to get turned. It's like a doorknob.
I think he's muted. Either
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry. Yeah, I thought I was explaining the shit out of this.
Yeah.
In that case, so looking over the door, it's just a round piece. You notice a handle on it. Going to, well, do you grab the handle?
I'd like to use the a case of my short sword to just try to try to turn it. Like I don't want to be hands on with it directly.
You know your sword can't turn it the way it's built.
Wait, so the door it's like a handle, and you grab the handle and turn it.
Yeah, but no. Again, you're not sure.
The is the handle itself made of amber?
Yes.
Like would the handle be would the handle be like small enough to wedge a knife to turn it?
You're not sure.
I take out a knife, attempt to just wedge and try to turn it that way. Just try not to get hands on with it.
So positioning the knife and trying to turn and latch it, it turns completely around, but it doesn't stop as you go past the point where you can move it with your knife. It just seems like it turns all the way around. As you stop, it doesn't open the door or anything. It just turns the handle in just a circular pattern.
Oh, it just seems to rotate at 360 degrees.
Yeah.
I'll attempt to push the door with the case of the short sword I had.
Doing so, you also just kind of rotate it almost freely in a circle.
What pushing it on the door itself?
Uh, yeah, pretty much for the handle. Pushing on the door itself doesn't do anything other than that.
When it was spinning with the knife, did it seem to be any kind of mechanism at work, or was it just seem to be spinning freely?
You couldn't really tell. It was certainly spinning freely though. You did know it moved as you did. It wasn't like loose. It was fairly tight as it made its circle.
Okay, I just I just remove the knife and just knock on the door.
Uh, as you just knock on the door, you hear a voice from the other side. Oh, do come in, please.
I I go and grab the handle and pull on the door.
Uh, as you go to grab the handle, you know that it kind of turns with you. As you pull, nothing happens.
And then I go to push, and
Uh,
nothing still
with
happens.
with your hand on the handle, you know pushing. You hear just kind of a click. After the first click, you note the handle doesn't move as you kind of try to pull it back. It's kind of in the door now. After about a few seconds of just standing there in silence, you hear another click, 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 click.
At the sound of these
Click.
clicks, I'll move a bit to say, well, not so much touching the wall, about right here, and float a bit back up to say 5 feet.
Okay. With as you fly up, you know another tick, but afterwards, just kind of silence. The door opens. Uh, as the door kind of opens, you know that just kind of vanishes. In front of you, there's no. It literally just stopped being there. You kind of just shake your head and rub your eyes, but yeah, there's no door there. With that, you notice a green, just kind of floating light and mist slowly push out of the room before you. Um, yeah, that's you have the rest of your turn.
And with the door strangely gone, I'll take a one movement upwards,
You know, kind of just looking
and
into the room. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll just float back down to say just 2 feet, not touching the ground.
Lady Whitehaven just kind of staring at you, uh, half smiling, other half just kind of green pulsing and beating on her throat and neck, going down to her chest. You note she's fully disrobed as uh, you see her just kind of standing there in a very almost elegant, just very tight black dress. One side of it just kind of torn away as you could literally see her beating heart just kind of sitting there pulsing. Green, just kind of goo dripping and oozing into it as it slowly fills up and thrusts it back up into her veins. She just kind of stares at you. "Hmm. It's strange. You couldn't even open a simple door. Hmm. Are you that afraid,
I
Lucian?"
suppose too much caution for my own good.
She nods. "Hmm. Uh, Caution is good. You're in the right place for caution. If you go north anymore, you'll find out what made those cracks. Say, would you like to come in a spell? I was just going down to teach my first class.
At here, a class. You have a
Hmm.
pupil?
Indeed, a cowering wizard's apprentice. I didn't ask his name, but well, I told him I'd protect him from the flaming skulls. Ooh, because I guess he can't do it himself. He said his master ran off and got murdered. They ate him alive, engulfed in the flame.
So,
Something about a big one hiding to the west.
as she mentioned something about the kid's master running off and getting murdered. I just kind of flinch at that.
She kind of nods. Well, you've seen my face. You should see his. It's halfway in between. I imagine it would look like mine in no time at all. When he got here, it was still falling off. There's flesh all over. She points to the ground. You note just kind of globs of black and brown goo just on the floor, just sticky like, as she just nods her head. "Ugh, he dripped it down the stairs." With this, she just kind of walks away and heads down.
Well, as she starts walking, I'll just follow along, and as I head into the room and pass over the brown, I'll just touch down over here.
I'm sorry.
Pretty much as she started walking, I'll just follow along and touch down over here, trying to pass by the the brown that.
Okay. So entering into the room, as you kind of note, the chamber is incredibly well lit. You note just like red copper lanterns hanging around the room, just in the ceiling. There's at least 20 of them, just kind of almost in perfect rows. It's just creating just this very strange, perfectly just geometrical pattern on the ceiling of just these glowing lanterns. You note the walls just slathered in amber. It's just glowing just profusely against the backdrop of those lanterns. Um, you also note that there seems to be just just a great amount of things lodged into the amber. You note that at first glance you weren't really sure, but looking, it seems to be wizard tomes just locked in amber against the wall. On your left, as you go down and see where the stairs are, you note about 20 of them. And as you kind of just look over, the same stairwell to your right has another 20, just kind of perfectly laden into the amber, then leading down. As your eyes flicker around the room, you almost note one or two of the books just flicker with a strange energy. You can't really sense it as you look at it, but you kind of feel something from it.
So
You note. Oh, I'm sorry.
like
Go ahead.
I'm feeling some kind of magical energy like throughout the room coming from the
Yes,
tomes.
something. Um, as you just kind of still preserve and look around, you note the stairs descending 20 feet down. You note they're incredibly just well chiseled, not like the stairs outside, but more, I don't know, just more detailed. Going down to the strange obsidian lectern, behind which you note Lady Whitehaven just kind of stands at this black podium. She opens the strange black book and just sets it down in front of her and looks over. Hmm. What was your name again? She just kind of looks at this man strangely. The man first kind of sits up a bit and then slowly kind of turns towards you, looking over his shoulder. He kind of tries to meet eyes with you as he just looks at you. You note his face is just badly singed and his eyes has been completely burned out, just black and cinder remains as he kind of stumbles along. He just laughs a bit and turns back. Vilnius. My name, Vilnius. You note he gets a bit jittery as he just kind of sits there. You see Lady Whitehaven just kind of nod and look back. Well then, I imagine you should take your seat. The lecture begins, and well, as soon as you sit down. And with
Ah,
that, you ended your turn. Yeah.
go. Yeah, like very sorry. Would I be able to just move over to a seat about here?
Yeah, if you want to sit down, that's fine.
I'll just go over and sit there.
Okay. We'll get back to that. And do. This brings us to Yerm's turn. Finding yourself reunited with Kester, both of you limping fairly badly and trying to make it back. You both note a strange sound coming from the north, just kind of whispering into the doorway. It almost sounds like someone asking for something. You both hear it and look at each other, but neither of you know exactly what it was, but it did sound like a question.
Welcome. Do you want to answer it? Or at least try to?
Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, it could, yeah. Yeah, just answer it. Hmm.
It says from the door, right?
It was coming from the door to your east.
So you're just gonna dash to the door and put his ear against it.
There's no door.
Um, oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot. Looking outside, does Yorm know anything?
Looking back through the doorway, you just know the to the northeast of you, the strange hole that was just kind of sitting in the floor. Directly in front of you, just a wall. You don't really see anything in the room. It just seems quiet. Um, you can hear just as you kind of peek through the door to the north, a strange kind of whispering. Um, Again, it sounds like you're hearing someone asking you a question, or not you per se, but just asking a question.
Is it any question in particular, or just like random ones?
I'm sorry,
What is the question in particular you're asking?
you have no idea.
Kester, well, there's no one out here, so it's probably coming from somewhere up ahead.
Oh, okay. Uh, well, I want to say let's go investigate it, but
We
well,
don't,
that's your call.
we don't really have any other options, do we?
I mean, we could always just hide like cowards, but then again, well,
Well,
I
I have a
guess.
clock on my head, so hiding's not really an option for me.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Yes, yes, let's go. Let's go.
You're just gonna end there.
All right. Let's see. Staring intently at the ceiling above, one of the flame skulls sitting in front of Bennett and Casimir looks just down towards Bennett and just looks him over. You can see him just kind of floating back and forth. As it kind of begins to float and just hover left and right, just kind of staring over. You know, just kind of it just begin to snap its jaw just back and forth, just like that, just rapidly. With that, it just stops and immediately just kind of shoots itself directly in front of Bennett. It drops itself down to eye level and it just kind of sits there in front of you, just kind of going back and forth a bit. The chattering just stops as it stares. You could see the mouth open. As it does, you could see at first you're not sure, but something come out of the mouth of the flame skull, almost a digit of something as it kind of pushes itself over the tooth as you look. You know that to be a finger. Quickly, four others emerge and slowly start crawling out of the flame skull's mouth. The mouth starts writhing and the jaw goes back. You could see just a hand emerge. And on the hand, you note just kind of a large cut going along the palm as the palm comes almost a foot in front of your face. Not a foot, but like almost a few inches directly in front of your face. You see the gash across the hand, just a dirty and muddy hand, slit open slowly. As you could see, just sharp teeth kind of fall out and just spill forward. Just a mouth just emerging out of this hand as the fingers kind of just lock themselves. A tongue just kind of lashing goes, "Why are you here?"
Hearing that, my eyes are gonna dart over to Casimir. Can I read an expression on his face? Like, does he look like he's
He just
hearing this?
yeah, he just kind of looks over and shakes his head. I don't he doesn't really know what's going on.
I'm here to figure out what made me.
You note the hand kind of just moving each index or each finger just slowly. The mouth just gnashing a bit. Yes or no?
Wait, it asked it asks why am I here, and then it asks yes or no.
No, they asked, did you bring it? Yes or no?
Oh. Um, I guess hearing this, I'm gonna check my pockets and, like, I guess just check over me. Do I notice Ruby, or like the amber piece she turned into? Do I note it
Uh,
anywhere on me?
you do not.
Um, I guess looking at the flame skull, I'm just like, no, that's what he's asking about. I'm gonna just look at it and go, bring what exactly?
You could just see the hand waving just slowly left and right. You should know. As it just grabs and becomes a fist clenching very tightly. You can see it just whip back into the flame skull's mouth. This just pushing the flame skull back, just it just spins around and just looks around. It seems confused. With that, the other flame skull just kind of flies forward towards Casimir. As this happens, it just kind of sits above you both. The hand just crawling out of the mouth and just in front of just almost in the middle, you could see all 5 fingers just splayed out. You could see just strange tattooing on just above the palm, just kind of runic symbols on each one of the fingers, even the thumb, as the mouth just kind of spills out. Well, what do you wish for, old elf? You could see Casimir just kind of look at you and then look back. You know what I wish for. You know why I'm here. You know what he brought with him. You could see the hand just kind of waving slowly. Yes. Casimir just kind of looks back towards Bennett. I don't know what this is. This is new.
Yeah, I could tell by your expression this isn't anywhere near normal for the temple.
You could see the hand just kind of wriggling a bit. I've been watching. You're, well, uh, he just, the voice just trails off. Perhaps, perhaps you can redeem yourselves.
Looking towards Casimir and then back to the skull, I'll just go. And how exactly will we redeem ourselves?
The hand just kind of whips towards Bennett, the tongue just kind of wagging. Those berserkers. They're here on sacred ground. I don't like them very much. Why don't you get rid of them? Then I'll clear that little issue to the north and you could come see me. We'll have a meal. That queen wants to have one of those with me. But how about I give it to you and you give me her head? You just see the hand kind of waving.
Uh, huh. I guess once again, looking over towards Casimir, can I can I read his face on like anything that's been said?
You could see him just kind of rubbing his chin, and it almost seems like he's like in deep thought.
Uh, I'll, I guess, look over to Casimir, just fully turning my head and go. The Berserker Queen, the thing's talking about. I guess you met her.
Casimir nods and goes, I did.
What do you think about this whole deal?
Nodding, Casimir just kind of turns from you, looking at and just looks at the hand. Can I assume you are the client we've been hearing so much about? You could see the hand just kind of writhing and waving, lips kind of smacking. Ah, that's me. You could see Casimir nodding. "Mm. But if that's the case, why can't you take her head? Why do we have to do it? You're no doubt powerful. This little magic trick, I'm sure it takes effort. The darkness illusion on the wall, I imagine you're doing, because that wasn't here before." You could see the hand just kind of balling up into a fist. It immediately kind of just retreats into the skull as it kind of whips itself back. Casimir just nods and turns back to Bennett. Well, hmm, I imagine our host here doesn't have all the powder he says he does.
Well, that would make sense to why he made a deal with Whitehaven.
With that, this brings us to Bennett's turn.
So I guess hearing the proposition and everything, uh, I'll look towards Casimir. Hey, how many of the berserkers are in there? I didn't get too good of a look.
Noting this, Casimir just kind of looks back. Oof, I'd say about 8 altogether. Their queen is she seems depressed. Something about Yester Hill being taken by the druids. She says she's the queen of the berserkers. I don't know. She doesn't seem very mm, royal.
Hmm. To be honest, I thought I heard someone screaming, "I fucked a lot of you."
Mm. That was again our would-be queen. You should go introduce yourself at some point. They may prove useful allies in this. You can see him looking around. This place changed a great deal since I've been here last. Almost as if the temple itself decided to shed its skin.
Hmm. Or maybe someone inside started changing things. As my eyes kind of like dart to the flame skulls. Are the flame skulls right now like, are they still just sitting there confused with that expression?
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting and like floating and looking at each other, uh, oddly molested, if you would.
Ah. Uh, Looking back to Casimir, I'll just go. So with this whole deal that the client is trying to make, can you make heads or tails of it?
Just kind of nodding. Casimir just looks on. To be honest, it could be a lot of things. Seeing Rahadin here, whatever will you discussed with him, you seem mm, better. But I imagine you couldn't tell me exactly what happened. He
I
kind of oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you can finish.
He points towards the open door. These berserkers, their queen. Strange that they're just here sitting around, too worried about the northern door to do anything about it. But she wants to, well, claim a power, and like they said about the eating thing, she'd like to travel north and have a feast. Something about immortality. What I'm trying to say is, this temple, maybe that was the client, maybe it wasn't. Maybe Lady Whitehaven's not even real. We're in the temple. These flaming skulls, whether we destroy them or not, go ahead and try to leave. See what happens. I already know what's going to happen. This temple is hopefully not playing too many tricks. Just be careful of what's going on around you. Nothing is what it seems. He kind of slowly nods towards you. Nothing.
I guess hearing that, I'll kind of just turn and look over my shoulder towards the area I talked to Rahadin in. Right. I think we ended up getting dragged here. The curse doesn't have that much longer. Can only imagine. To be honest, time-wise, we might have to end up taking his offer if we don't find any other way. And the berserkers, 8 full-on warriors, are afraid of what's north. Something tells me if we go the direct way, it's not going to be easy. Trying to take her head, it's not going to be easy. Either way, we're struggling with something. Looking back to the flame skulls, do any of them have seemed to have like taken damage from my previous attacks? Like any noticeable cracks or like faints and flicker?
No, nothing that you can really see physically. They certainly were dealt blows in the impact, but there's no like visible damage. They just seem very confused, kind of still looking at each other.
Shit. Give me a sec, everything's still moving slow in my corner. I'm trying to like look around. Or nothing moves at all. Okay then. Fuck's sake.
Are you good, homie?
No, I'm good. It's just my side of Foundry is for some reason just like tripping balls today. So like everything is like literally one frame. Even though everything else is running smooth on my thing, Foundry wants to be a resource hog today more than usual. Uh, yeah, that's moving. That's great. I'll 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 start moving to the inside of the room. Just trying to get a look around. Only I can actually see what I'm doing. Did I move on anybody else's side? Because on mine I didn't.
Nope. Where do you want to move?
I wanted to move like into the door frame. Just kind of like
To your
inside the,
south or to your west?
to my west.
Okay. And that ends your turn?
Uh I was gonna look in and just go. I was gonna look around the room and just ask, like, I guess looking at some of the bars still on the front, on the north side, I'll just go, what did you, did anyone in here encounter what was to the north?
As you're saying this, you know the spear kind of just whistling through the air and just slamming directly next to your face, to your right, just against the wall, and piercing into the amber, right up against the door. As it kind of clears the air, as the barbarians all kind of quickly turn back. You could see well, a young redhead just sitting there staring directly just through Gil and Tilgrim. You don't know Gil, so meh. But through them, just kind of glaring as they both just kind of move out of the way. You note the young woman just kind of getting up off a mat and slowly just walking, kind of just meeting you halfway and looking directly at you. She just kind of sits there. Ah, ah. She just kind of looks down towards Tilgrim. He one of yours? Her accent just got changed. It's brand new.
Uh, yes, actually, that's is that does Bennett does anything change about Bennett, like appearance wise, or is that just the token?
That's just how I looked since I left the maze, because my
Oh, okay.
mask got fucked up.
Yeah, that's Bennett, one of my companions.
Ah, you could see her put her hand up. My spear. Throw it over.
I'll, I guess, reach up to the wall. Some of the two of the tendrils kind of extending with my arm and grabbing it, helping me to try to pull it out. And
You know that just kind of stuck in the wall.
you,
As you kind of try to pull more, you could just hear just a. As you hear this noise, you're just kind of whipped directly in front of the young woman, her hand gripping firmly against the spear, just kind of looking at you. Your arm and tendril still attached. She just kind of stares at you, just fairly deeply in the eye, and just looks above. What's the mask for?
to hide some marks.
Ooh, spooky. Um, can you get off my spear?
Right. I'll, like, just open my grip as the tendrils just kind of release and just kind of find their way back, like, just kind of go back into my back.
With this, she just kind of chucks the spear directly down next to her, hitting the ground and just cracking the black obsidian of it. You note, even though she cracks it, that there's no splinter or change. It just kind of stuffs itself into this almost perfect ornate rock as she kind of just glares at you. Listen here, fella. To the north, bit of a problem. Bit of a well, a big fucking problem if you'd like it. There's a thing up there. We're not opening it. If you want to fight it, great. We're not. I guess we'll help a bit. And by help, I mean, oh, we'll open the thing for you. And after that, you're on your own. Because fuck that.
What exactly is up there?
You see the little flaming shits? She kind of looks past you towards the flame skulls. There's a lot of them. And, well, when they get too close together, they get real big into one of them. And the problem with that is that one thing, oof, if you want to check, go ahead and crack the door. Look up into it. You'll see the remains of what used to be a wizard. And when I say a fucking wizard, oh, that little asshole came in here shooting every kind of spell in the book. High level guy. Big, big wig. Kept saying something about destroying this devil Strahd character. Not sure who that is, but I guess I guess he pissed him off. Dead in a snap.
We're gonna get it together. Hearing that, I'm gonna immediately turn back and just call out to Casimir. You might want to back up. Some about these skulls fusing.
Casimir just kind of looking back, and with just a disappointment on his face.
And I'll just, I guess, turn back. Yeah. Thanks for the warning, by the way.
No problem. On the downside, that's where we're going. So you lot rest up, she kind of says. You can see the rest of the berserkers just kind of all just groan and just as she just kind of shakes her head. You should be more forthcoming with the queen, more cheerful. Battle cries and all that. You note the berserkers just kind of shaking their heads. She just kind of looks down and picks up her spear and turning her back to you just walks away. Fucking shites.
So, looking at the berserkers around, do they seem battle worn or like they seem to receive damage? Do they look injured?
You don't note any injuries on them, but they do seem to be wary. Most of them seem to be just kind of leaning up against either a wall or a few just kind of laid out. They look like they haven't slept in a while.
With that, I'm gonna look towards the north door and then back towards Tilgrim. Once we get this curse thing off of us, me and you need to talk about something.
Sure. And I kind of just look at Bennett a bit weirdly. Are you okay, right?
I'm fine. And I'll just break eye contact and stare at the door. Belch. Stare at the door ending my turn.
All right. Back in the dreary closet, Kester has a wand, and well, uh, you're sure you heard it, the whispering. You're not sure why, but definitely sounds like someone's asking you a question.
Okay. I inch past Yerm as I make my way outside, taking a look around. Let's try to strain my ear for the voice. I still don't hear anything, obviously. But which direction does it seem like it's coming from out here?
The north.
North, as in like my north. Okay,
Yes.
so just straight up. Okay, straight up. All right. So keeping close to the wall, I start moving up using the back of behind this door as cover. I just kind of keep my hand on the wall, trying to catch my breath, and my turn.
Okay. As you just kind of go against the wall, from the hole to the northeast of you, you just kind of hear just this loud, boom, just kind of a almost a bursting sound. Um, it just quickly rattles the room. You can feel your body just shake. You can feel the reverberation in the wall just kind of pushing you as you just kind of lean against it, and then just an eerie silence just falls over it.
What the fuck? O- okay.
With
In
this,
response,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna like crouch down to the ground, just kind of looking towards the hole.
Okay, with this, the sound kind of echoes and shakes, causing one of the flaming skulls who wasn't confused to slowly go back.
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
With that, that brings us back to Kesimir. Um, he's kind of observing the flaming skulls. Kesimir notes that they just seem to be locked in each other's gaze, just kind of confused. Um, with that, he kind of just steers a bit. A bit confused. He just kind of shakes his head and looks back a bit. Slowly, he just slinks his way back into the room. As he slowly gets to it, he just kind of pulls both doors. I'm gonna assume he dragged Khan along with him because yeah. We're also going to assume you've been here an hour because that thing on the screen is annoying my side of it. With that, Casimir just kind of looks on. Well, what's the plan then? You said to the north of us, there's more of them, and out there, there's two.
Yeah. I know I'm at a bit of an impasse.
He nods, and he kind of points his finger up. We probably don't have much time to, he just kind of nods.
Yeah. Crap. I'll look back to. Wait. Can I do this when it's not my turn?
No, you can't.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like I was repeating that.
Oh, you okay? That was a response. With that, he kind of looks over to Bennett and then looks on. Oh, I forgot to mention. You have a new friend all ready and willing to join up and die alongside you. He kind of points towards Gil. What do you do?
Um, no, since Silgrim has left, quickly like order the little obsolete like come back to my body and drop the I mean yeah, never mind. I'm just like, oh yeah, and like as I do that, um, still with the oscillator in my hand and place on top of her head, on Pilgrim's head. And cast lesser restoration as the oscillator explodes. It's like a warm blue mist, lowering her exhaustion by one. Wait, is it that one? No, it's not the one. Fuck. Oh, damn it, no. Great restoration, it wasn't it? Fuck. My life. Oh, God. I can't take that back, can I? Bye. I hate my life.
So like, so you can't take it back because you're supposed to know what your spells do and how to use them.
It was great, that list of shit.
I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
as all this is going on, I'm just looking at Gil a bit strangely.
Yeah, I would have to say, yeah, as your
Yeah.
spell kind of just fizzles over, Chokram would get the sense that Gil might not know what's going on so much. Like, I don't.
I guess that didn't work. I'm not strong enough to do that yet. That
Next time you attempt to cast a spell on me, let me know. What did you try? Did it work?
Apparently not. It was not the effect I was hoping for. It's the spell called Restoration. Apparently, I need the greater, a higher up version, but guess I wasn't strong enough to cast it. Alright, well, I failed, and I was gonna sit down, like, sit down to think about life, and in this turn, fuck.
All right, cool. Sit down. Khan is in the shadows, shadowing currently. He's just shady as fuck. This brings us to Tilgrim.
All right. So just so I'm aware, did Gil move the healing spirit, or did he dismiss it?
I
I mean,
believe
I
it was,
kind of
yeah,
missed that part.
it was dismissed.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Then I am going to man. What is both Casimir and Bennett doing currently?
So I can answer at least for Casimir. Casimir seems kind of in thought. You could see him just rubbing his finger against his chin. He's eyeing the door to the north and just kind of looking over towards Helwa.
Okay.
Ben is
Go ahead.
just Ben is just staring solely at the door, just not saying a word.
To the north or east?
To the north.
Okay. Um. Okay. Walking forward, shambling a bit. And looking up towards Bennett, I kind of say, I saw you talking to those things earlier. Are we going to have to deal? Are we fighting them or?
It's not the ones outside in the east, as far as I can put
But the
together.
ones in the north, you don't know.
That's it's a mixed bag. Can't really explain the full thing right now. I'll just leave it at we have a choice. Both are difficult.
I nod and I uh, move forward. I mean, uh, as I look towards the door a bit, just like thinking a bit, I kind of I look back towards Casimir. Uh, Casimir, do you have any? I guess do you have a way to have us become invisible, to hide us from sight, if you will?
You know, Casimir is just kind of staring at you and blinking a bit. He kind of just nods his head a bit. Uh, you know, he just kind of looks around at everyone. I
Not in your arsenal.
He just kind of shakes his head. Tilgrim, if I had the ability to cloak us all in shadows, why wouldn't I have done so already?
Right. I'm
You
just,
just kind of see him nodding. His face is kind of just he just seems real sad.
all right. Man. Okay. I am going to actually the door. Is it like flush? Like the door to the north, at least. There's no way to. There's no cracks that I can see from where I am currently. Is there?
No, it's fairly sealed. You know that being a very just thick I'm sorry, let me check the door because yeah, it's just a thick double door of amber. You know, there's almost no seams or anything. There's no hinges, no locks, nothing. It's just in place as a part of the wall. The only way you know it is a door and not actually part of the wall is because it's not coated in amber. It's just made from amber. So the coating on the walls just kind of stops.
Okay. All right. I'm going to glancing at the door. I'm going to look around a bit and then have my eyes settle in this direction at this crack and in my turn. Just from where this crack over here, is it large enough for a person to fit through, like squeeze through?
So noting the fissure, it looks like a crack that you could squeeze through, but anyone larger than you would have a very hard time.
All right, gotcha. All right, that's my turn then. Yeah.
Okay. And with that, this leads us into Lucian's turn. You find yourself. Sorry, I
So
had to
at this
stop.
point, Lucian's just got a notepad out, just prepared to write.
Got you. Hold on. I got something perfect because I'm on my perfect thing I have shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Leave me alone. All right, cool. Um, Lady Whitehaven kind of nodding and just running her finger through the air. You can see her just looking up as her finger seems to be running in almost a like a figure eight shape. As she stops and goes, "Where exactly is it? Hmm, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You know, I ever since returning here, I've seemed to be misplacing things left and right. That reminds me. Ah, now then, Vilnius was it? Mm, Dear, uh, you were recounting your harrowing story of your master. What was his name again? You could see the man known as Vilnius kind of shivering and just moving. Oh, that was Master Cor Cor Corridon. uh, 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 I trained under him for 22 years. I, I was nearing mastery of the arts, and his body, cinder. Some of his flesh is still intertwined on mine. You can see that he's hysterical as Lady Whitehaven just continues to flit her finger through the air. Yes, that is terrible. To think, what were your master's last words? I don't need your help, witch. Mm. You could see Vilnius kind of just nodding and shaking profusely. Yes, that's why I had to get back here. I I do need it. Please, I I want to leave this place. You can see Lady Whitehaven smiling, almost looking past him towards you directly, Lucian. "Hmm, you can't leave the Amber Temple once you enter it. The temple chooses, well, she still looking at Lucian. The only way you can leave is if you make the right choice. Isn't that right, Lucian? That is exactly what my client was trying to tell you this whole time, I imagine. Now then,
Indeed.
ask me anything you need. By the way, with her finger bony enough, just kind of playing in the air, she looks back to Lucian. "Mm, don't you have a favor or two your little group of heroes forgot to cash in on?
Ah,
I
and
imagine I said once we're inside, that wouldn't go as planned. Shame no one ever takes help when offered. Well then, ask me what you need. I'm the professor today. My client, or formerly of that, has uh, expressed the need to spend the rest of the morning in prayer. He's off in the temple doing what he does. You have your turn.
Uh, Firstly, you mentioned something of that making. What made those cracks in the hull?
Hmm. Well, that's interesting. Your question. Didn't think you'd go there. Vilnius, be a dear and do disclose what's going on with that creature. You note the man kind of just turning back to you, his face just cracking and peeling. Just in real time in front of you, you could see him just shaking. Yes, yes, yes. The Amber Guardians, the uh, the Jackal. Uh, well, you can consider them to be the well, uh, the temple is a prison. No, locked away in here, the greatest minds of Barovia. Strahd throwing the key away. Oh, my master was one of them. Just a boy, managed to figure out the locks. Mm, there's guardians carved from the blackest of the amber. You can see them everywhere. The eyes, they look at every direction, every which way. They patrol. But one got away. Mm. his his old route got blocked, and he came up here. Secret entrance he ran through. Now he stalks the halls. Feet too heavy. You you no doubt saw them, the cracks. But there's something. Shh, shh, shh. I have a secret. He just kind of trails off, just kind of playing with his fingers. This lady Whitehaven just nods. Mm, I've been trying to get him to tell me a secret for a few minutes now. Hasn't cracked, but she just puts her finger on her head. He's cracked completely.
And just like finishing up its putting out words, finishing up his notes on the on prior conversation. Also gives a sigh. Well, I know you just mentioned about those favors are invalid, but any chance you could do something about these? And I point to just the mark. Oh, I
You can
suppose
see her
that's
just,
just invalid by now.
or you could just note her hanging over the podium. She kind of looks down at her chest and then looks back and then looks back down. Oh dear. Mm. Well, that is a bit of a problem. Didn't I get rid of those for you?
Lucy gives a face of genuine confusion. I don't remember that happening.
What's up?
I said Lucy give a face of genuine confusion. Say doesn't remember that happening.
Yes, you were dead at the time. If I recall correctly, mm, you were trying to help your little friend, and whoops, you splattered yourself on a wall. Hmm, unlucky. Well, she hangs her body over the podium, looking back down towards her chest. She just kind of moves her chest a bit. Well, that's unfortunate. Only one of them is left. You could see her poke at her right breast. Hmm. And it wasn't my favorite one either. I'm sorry. Um, about that. She kind of smiles. I could get rid of them. Easy enough, but, well, not for everyone, I imagine. She just kind of snaps her finger, and you kind of look around you and note your vision's restored completely. You don't seem to be able to catch a glimpse of any eyes of sort. You feel just quickly just a strange, almost nausea for a second, and you just kind of cough as just a black just almost a bit of gunk, just a thick, small, just kind of I'd say like apple seed size, just bit of black just falls out of your mouth and hits just the lecture seats in front of you as it splatters. You could see just it kind of move and then just drip into just a liquid slowly down as Lady Whitehaven twirls her finger and says, "And that is well, that's exactly why uh, you want to speak up about those things. I didn't know you were still all so sick. You can't meet my former client like that. He'll have a field day with your mind. Well, don't uh, don't let me get in your way of the adventure, though. I'm under no obligation to tell you the truth at this point, which is well satisfying. Ugh, the truth can be so indecent. Um, Vilnius. She points back to the well, you can't tell he's a young man, but the young man standing there in the burnt robe. Uh, Now then, you were saying about your secret. You said it was downstairs, and it would solve every problem you have venturing through the temple. Something about your master's greatest work. Something about needing a key of some sort. Uh, I don't know too much about this whole grand mastership or anything, but mm, could you, well, maybe explain a little deeper for me? I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Vilnius just kind of sitting there shivering and shaking and turning to his shoulder and saying, "What? What? What, Rue? What's that? Hmm? Hmm? Yes, yes. We're going to die here. I can't wait. Uh, I'll join the master soon." Mm-hmm. Lady Whitehaven shaking her head and looking back towards you. Well,
So as he's saying that, I'm just kind of tipping my hat a bit downwards.
hmm. You could see Lady Whitehaven just wave her hand. Ah, well, as you were, Lucian.
Well, another question, if possible. Well, perhaps a more personal one. What led you on to take your former client's work, or is that just something too professional to answer?
Hmm. Think of it as professional courtesy. Uh, us liches need to stick together if we're ever to get our proper representation and a credibility in this world. I just think it would be a bit dishonest of me to stab my fellow liches in the back. So few of us left.
Would it be a bother to ask another personal question?
Oh no, I've all the time in the world. I can't leave the temple.
You're trapped in the temple?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm trapped in the temple. I'd say all of us are trapped in the temple. You see, the temple doesn't let things go until it's bored of it. Mm. You could see her just kind of looking around. The a smile on her face, but you could tell it's being forced quite a bit.
Ah, it, the former question was, I was sort of curious. What led you to becoming a lich?
Oh, my dear, you don't become a lich. Mm, well, mm, I guess you do. In my case, mm, not to drag it out, well, let's just say, I imagine like yourself, well, I wasn't born here. I'm just a traveler. This place has a strange sense of time. I could tell you that I've only been here for maybe a year or two, but as I've come to find out, it's been more of 300. You see, when I made my pact and made my crux with everything, when I hid it away, mm, There was no such thing as a Strahd von Zarovich, and this land was rooted in, four very testy spiritual guardians doing a great deal of battle against, whatever's remaining of the old gods of this place. Primordial ooze, if you will. And imagine my surprise when I found out that, supposedly the story goes that, well, it was Strahd who trapped Barovia, and it was him who began to draw travelers to this land. That made me get a bit confused even more about what happened to me. Needless to say, I came here human, and, well, this place has a way of testing you. It was either become a lich or, succumb to one, perhaps. You see, I had the poor fortune of being locked away in the temple here. With the other crazies, you note her face seems to be a bit glum and just almost expressionless now. She just gets caught staring. You've noticed this before, but it almost seems like she doesn't know where she is. She's just staring directly in front of her at nothing.
Well, I see. And I'm not. Hmm. And just two more questions, if possible.
You know, she just kind of stares and doesn't reply at all. You see Vilnius just kind of turning around. Ooh, ask me one. Ask me one. This is fun. Killing a little time before something kills us.
Well, well, how did you get here in the first place? And where did you? What lands have you come from?
Vilnius and Rue, thick as thieves. I come from far to the west. There's a fortress. Kratsk. That's my hometown. I ventured north to find a wizard's tower, and lo and behold, I met my master years ago. He showed me this place, and we've been coming ever since, traversing his passages, going behind the nests. We study, talk to the old ones, but this thing, it came, green flames, like her. He just points towards Lady Whitehaven. They burned us all. He's watching us, you know. He wants us to make a choice.
That choice indeed. And as this, Lucina stands up once again, tipping his hat, turning back to Lady Whitehaven. I'm sorry to have brought up any bad memories. I'll excuse myself.
You know, Lady Whitehaven just kind of catching herself. Ah, memories. No worries. I don't have those. She kind of just laughs a bit. Uh, don't mistake. I was well, one of my things. You can consider it scrying if you were. I was asking or receiving the answer to a question I have. Mm,
Hmm?
No, I can uh, link telepathically with anything within my. Well, I'm not sure exactly. You see, uh, in Barovia, thanks to Strahd, and I can't explain it at all. Let's just get a specific gift or curse. Well, both really. As you can see, she kind of spreads her arms, and you can see her heart beating. My curse was famine. Hmm. I simply I'm delicious. Can't keep growing the skin back at this rate. I just tear it off every chance I get. For some reason, the right side is a bit bitter. I'll get around to it, though. I promise. The gift, however, is that I can just, well, speak to whoever I need to. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying, all this Lady Whitehaven, Lady Whitehaven. Sometimes you just want to tune it out, but, well, I needed to ask the question of my former client. I was wondering if he plans to kill any of you, or is he just going to leave you to the temple?
Would it be improper to ask if I may know the answer to that one?
Do you really want to know?
Well, perhaps not.
Hmm.
Neither is exactly a preferred outcome.
Well, suit yourself. There were some juicy bits in there.
Earlier, you mentioned something about missing things. Anything, well, the the rest of us can help with?
Ah, she kind of just nods at you. Uh, since returning, I was at my room and, well, speaking to the old one. He's well, you'll see. uh, she just kind of looks around a bit. My wand. Uh, it's petite little thing. I made it myself. Back when I was a young wizard. Um, uh, it's a green elderwood carved distinctly for my soft and supple hand. She points at her bony fingers and just kind of looks at it. Well, I imagine it's not very meh. Anyway, uh, I lost it in one of the little alcoves. I was well, my client wanted me to ensure that the skulls were being well behaved. They sometimes get into some matches, you see, when you well, they don't like it when you well, have a favorite. So I was just making sure they all knew they were equally loved. Anyway, if you'd like to go find my wand, why I can reward you handsomely with nothing at all. Because honestly, it's a death trap out there. I'd be sending you to your death, and honestly, I do think of myself as at least fair. I wouldn't suggest leaving this room, to be honest with you. Hell, the fact that that door is open tells me that you don't value your life very much at all. Why, Vilnius here, if he knew the door was open, would probably kill you where you stand. But I've been telling him repeatedly not to look at it. Isn't that right, Vilnius? You could just see him shaking and smiling and just looking everywhere in the room, except for some reason directly behind him.
Uh, I see.
Yes. You'll note when not legally bound and in my lair, she just puts her arms up. There are many things that I control. However, hmm, my former client has decided this is the only room I can do that in. So here we are. Hmm.
Well, I'll certainly keep an eye out for your wand and return it if I do find it.
Yes, please do. I would very much like to know some things. And, well, without my wand, well, there's just some things I'll never know. Hmm.
And the last question I'll ask, I swear. And I just point to like the books sealed in amber. What are those?
Ah, yes. Hmm. She kind of just nods her head. If I recall, your party wasn't big on research. What do you exactly know of the Amber Temple? You know, why it was
And
constructed in the first place.
I know there were a massive amount of wizards involved. Well, I'm pretty sure those are tomes, if I'm not incorrect.
Hmm. Yes, a 20 on each side. The Grand Masters, all 40 of them. Every spell they ever wrote, mastered. Every spell that an apprentice could never touch without, well, the proper tutelage. Isn't that right, Vilnius? Villainy is just nodding. Hi, this this was my year. But my master's tome burnt up like a crisp. All his spells gone. You can see it, right? In front of her, you could see Vilnius's burnt and blackened arm kind of point towards the lecturing podium Lady Wachter stands at, blackened book open. As you note her flipping through pages, you note the pages just kind of in ash flickering away off as she kind of pulls back and lets it kind of splash in the air, little bits of smoke fluming. You kind of note that the entire book is just this blackened, just burnt thing as she flicks it over. Yes, you see, um, Vilnius's master, well, he would make number 41. You note the altar behind me. She just kind of notes it. His book sat upon it, the Grand Master. Uh, Vilnius's ill-begotten grand wizard was the well, the architect of this entire temple. I find that quite amusing. Needless to say, he was very quick to tell me he didn't need my help. Oh, having constructed this place himself. Hmm. Anyway, little did he know. Well, he made a monster, and that monster is completely aware of his presence.
Uh,
So,
what
uh,
is,
um,
what is he
she
made
just kind
a
of
monster,
waves.
you say?
Nodding, she goes, "Yes, you see, the Amber Temple's original construction, everyone was taught in all those fanfully droll Barovian lore books that they made the temple to study the great arts, to lock away the evil of the old primordial gods of Barovia. Oh, that's completely incorrect. See, I have four little friends who tell me, well, after I made them, there was a war once, all of creation and whatnot. Barovia stands at the front of it, its own dimensional plane or realm. A seed, if you will, planet between material realms, the Forgotten Realms, Greyhawk, and other subnautical, nonsical tales. But smack dab in the middle, a little slice of heaven, Barovia, a little seed planted with different springing gateways. You can think of Barovia as a idea, a wormhole. I found this out a bit late before getting trapped, but doors leading everywhere. The Amber Temple is sitting on top of the bad one, the scary, spooky one. Ooh. You see, right underneath it, underneath its deepest core, there's a hole that leads to a place that, well, who knows? No one's ever gone there, of course. Why would you? I imagine getting to it would kill you by itself. Some say an abyssal realm, but hell. Anyway, long story short, the wizards came in, saw it, and said, "Wow, golly gosh darn, we should have some power because why not? We're the greatest minds of this small little place. Why not just overpower ourselves?" And, I imagine they had drunken orgies a great deal. Hmm. Anyway, built a temple on top of this unstable force. And what should happen to the temple as they built it? Well, they thought to themselves, how do we make our power indisputable? Why, let's go down into the hole and dig out some things. And surely they did. Uh, Sad to say, mm, once you look into the abyss, mm, how does the old saying go? It
That
looks
it looks
back at
back.
you. She just kind of smiles at you. And they certainly did. All of them did. And they continue to. Small tip, don't go to the vault. You don't want to look into that hole. You'll never look back. She kind of just points. Those eyes you saw. A trick of a lich magic, at least from this place. You'll find three of us here. I'm the kindest of us. But that's because, well, look around at my domain. In truth, the temple was built to, well, keep the idiot wizards locked inside. You see, after Strahd came through here and did his magical whatnots and realized what this place was, well, he sealed it off. The wizards trapped inside. He enchanted and charmed a bit of them. Oh, it was hell in here. And well, before getting, raped and murdered by the cannibal group that emerged out of Strahd's madness, those who ran to the old gods and threw their desires on the table and became, well, let's just say for a few years there were few immortal gods in here that, well, let's let's not talk about that. Luckily, I don't have any real memories. They're all trapped away in my, well, the crux that I keep. Mm, the problem is I can't find it because, well, the temple hid it from me. Other than that, though, this you can think of as the most dangerous place in all of Barovia. It's the gateway to the, well, I couldn't tell you, but everything in here is, well, I'm not sure you want to leave the room, is all I'm suggesting. Because everything you meet in here is simply a test. You're not sure at any point if anything's real or not. And hmm, she kind of just points to Vilnius. Why, he's probably not real at all, just a construct of our imaginations, sent here to test us to see if we're willing to explore what his secrets are. Ah, this place is a nightmare. It's a good thing we're at least dreaming.
A mess indeed. And you know, maybe it would be for the best not to step past that door, but I got a mission to do. Not
Uh,
much else to compromise.
you note Lady Whitehaven nodding. Yes, my former client said you'd say that. Well, mm, here I am. You just see her kind of lean back on the altar and just kind of throw slowly one of her legs over the other as she just kind of looks around. Mm, and here I'll stay. Mm, Vilnius, be a dear and, well, go back to the beginning and tell me again what's going on with your whole secret situation. You know, Vilna start chattering and just kind of repeat the same thing he said before as Lady Whitehaven just kind of nods. Ugh.
And I'll just start because I was already up. I'll just start walking over and out towards the exit.
Coolio, I'll just throw you there
Uh,
because I'm
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I go around there and I just kind of wave my hat back. Thank you for the talk.
You know, Lady Whitehaven just kind of waving. Yes, can you, well, come back for this moron in a little bit. I don't think I can crack this one. Maybe one of your friends would have better luck. There's something he's not telling me.
I'll keep it. I'll definitely keep it in mind. And 15, 20, 25. I'll just take a step out. And oh, because I can't fly up, I'll just create a. Hmm. Ooh, actually, nah. I'll just. Yeah, can I flutter up about 15 feet?
Did you say 10 or 15?
I said 10 or 15.
Pick one.
Yeah, like around 10 or 15 feet. Oh, I'll 15.
Yep. Yeah, it's like just give me the exact, my
Yeah,
guy.
15. And just to keep out of the average height of a flame skull is that. And then I'll just like at this height, I'll just yeah, I'll intern there. I'll intern there.
Okay. This brings us back to our heroics happening in the closet as Urim and Kester both just kind of hear a strange murmuring to the north. Pretty sure it was a question. What do you do?
And neither of us can still make out the room, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Going forward, does the murmuring seem to get louder or anything like that, or noticeable?
No. As you kind of step out to note, you're not really sure like what it was. In the distance, you note through the doors a figure, kind of floating there in the shadows. As you just kind of see it and just are a bit confused. It kind of gives you a sense of pause, but you don't hear anything at this point.
You said what was the first part again? The doors or shutter or something like that?
Looking through the doors, you know the figure floating in front of you towards the north, past the door.
Oh, okay. Kessler, uh, have you noticed the voice yet, or have you lost track of it
Uh,
also?
no voice, but through this door, I say, pointing up to the one directly in front of me. There, I think one of the flame skulls is coming back.
Yeah, I noticed.
Should probably close it. But then again, well, what do you think?
Looking at the doors, do they actually like even look closable? Well, not closable, like how hard it would look to close it? Like is it like
Uh,
made of stone or is it like a normal door?
they're made out of thick amber. You're not really sure. They just don't seem to be on hinges. They just seem to almost be like locked and floating, just kind of in place. Uh, you're not really sure how hard or easy it would be to close them.
Very logical, so I think you should be the one to close it, right?
Sure. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Besides, I'm going weak in my current state. I don't know how much time I can probably can't even push it to begin with.
And looking down at my well, my sorcerer arms and my very frail state. And I'll do it then.
Looking like a goddess there, my boy. Oh, keep going.
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
You're just gonna move back a bit and ready his bow and pass turn.
With this, with this, wait, who's oh wait, oh well, I guess no one was in range for that, so never mind. This brings us to Bennett's turn. You note that the room is fairly a, just kind of a dense feeling as the berserkers all stand readying themselves, just kind of trying to relax their shoulders and all just like get into almost like a sort of mood. You note the large dire wolf just kind of pacing back and forth in front of the queen as she just kind of pokes her spear into the ground. Ah, well, gents, what are we doing?
Realize I was muted. Forced into a weird position and we have no other way out. Help us take off the planks.
Ah, hell, you're dumb as you look. Great. Well, she kind of nods to a female barbarian, just kind of shaking their head as they both tear off the planks and just kind of together throw aside the rock. You note both of them backing off pretty heavily. The door just kind of sits in front of you. Two large amber slabs just locked in place.
I'll just look to Casimir, Tilgrim, and I guess Gil, and just go. We're running out of time, and unless, and I'll look back to Casimir. Someone wants to go with the other option. I think this is all we got.
You know Casimir just kind of shaking his head. Uh, can't say he just kind of nods. Can't say I'm a fan of killing anybody who isn't trying to kill me.
Yeah. With that, yeah, sure. Stupid thing. Let's try to refresh one more time. This is really killing my shit. Did I move on anyone's side? Wait, never mind. I can see it. It's not clear, but at least I can see where I'm going a little bit. Uh, I guess I'll attempt to open the door slightly and look through it. What do I say?
You just see a mass of just glowing green light. You don't see anything other than that.
Alright. Uh, I hate the fact that today is the day this decides to be slow and fucking weird. It takes years to literally do anything. Mm, That's not happening. Uh, does the how how's the room north of me feel? Does it feel cold, hot, anything like that?
You just know that it feels rather cold to the touch.
All right. Putting my hand on the door, I'll look back to Casimir, Tilgrim, and Gil, and just go. Well, we have to go to this one way or another, and I'll attempt to enter.
So you're opening the door to enter into the room.
Yeah.
So opening the door, you note just kind of a mass of flaming skulls just kind of floating 5 feet off the ground, just kind of as you open the door, just all turning in unison and staring directly down towards you. You just kind of see blank expressions on their face. You note that they just kind of sit there for a second. You're overwhelmed with a strange feeling. As you kind of sit in their glow, you're not sure what it is, but you begin to feel incredibly nauseous, like very quickly. Um, with that, you immediately have to take a step back. Um, you feel as if you stood there any longer, you literally would have vomited everywhere. As they just kind of stare, they're not even moving. The flames almost lock in static on them as they just kind of stare off towards you.
Uh, can I see anything past them?
You note that the room is pretty long. You could see past them for a bit. It's hard to see anything around as you note just kind of the walls coated with just this black burnt. You know this immediately. Just underneath one of the first ones is just a very much burned to almost a crisp corpse. You note a burned for just fur cloak kind of just covering. Um, and you can almost see some amber doors leading down the hall. You do note that there are more flaming skulls sitting next to three arrow slits to the east wall.
So, looking into the room, I guess with all of them reading their blank expressions, my tendrils are gonna just protrude out far on each side and like grab the door, kind of just closing it.
As you close it, you note Helwa just kind of going, "Yeah, I told you, you dumbasses." And she just kind of strikes her spear down in the ground. Uh, Newbies.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna look back to Khan and just go, well, I think a bit of that shadow sneak stuff might be needed for this one. Unless you want to go in hot. And I'll just look to everybody else, and I can guess none of you want to do that.
You note that Casimir's face kind of lights up a bit, and then he kind of shakes his head slowly. Uh, that being said, why are we going towards the dining hall?
Right now, I'm trying to see what I can do to get this curse mark off of us. Me and 3 others have it. And if we can meet with the Lich, then maybe we can figure some way out. At least that was the consensus.
You could see him kind of just nod slowly. Hmm. He kind of thinks a bit. I don't think there's a lich in the dining hall. If you're looking for, hmm. He kind of just shrugs. That would be down past Rahadin, actually. Uh, the upper temple is where the wizards lived. It's the lower temple that has what you're looking for.
So we would have to confront Rahadin to get to the Lich.
He kind of shrugs his shoulders. Well, there's quite a few ways to get through the temple without running into Rahadin again.
You're saying you know a way?
You could see him just kind of shaking his head. No, I'm saying I knew a way. I don't know the layout currently.
Any info?
I just know that that hallway was long, and where there's a long hallway, at the end there's one of two things: a dining hall, or well, what was a treasure room. And that door we saw, it wasn't destroyed, and the treasure room door, well, it's wide open.
Crap. Alright. I guess show us where this passage is supposed to be. Right now, it's our best bet. Unless me and three others just flop.
Eh, If you need to get downstairs and we're not passing, we have to go towards the well, now that I know that this is the west wing, and it's accurate, that means the east wing would have the passageway we're looking for. Mm, unless the temple is playing tricks on us, we should be fine. With that, you see Casimir just kind of looking around, nodding towards Helwa. Uh, you're going to have to figure out how to, well, get to the dining hall, but at least it's confirmed now, yeah? You could see Helwa just kind of shake her head. Oh, yeah, it's just fucking great. I get to kill a bunch of flame things that, well, destroy the wizard on the spot, and I get to go past them and eat some food that will, yeah, sure. She just kind of stands there shrugging. I guess we'll sleep here again tonight, boys. You note the barbarians just kind of shrugging as the female barbarians kind of glare. And ladies, with that, the berserkers put all the amenities back on the door, and you see them all just kind of start laying around as Helwa kind of nods. Forgive us, but yeah, gonna get some shut eye. You well, for some reason you saw them. They won't attack. They're just waiting for something. That dumbass wizard decided, hey, I'm gonna cast a spell. Ooh, I'm superior. I'm she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and goes back to or begins to pet her dire wolf.
Okay. Uh, Hearing that, I'm going to. God damn it. I'm not even sure if I moved. But I'm gonna move towards the door to the east and then yeah. Uh I'll look at Khan just going, there's three skulls out this door. We can sneak past him and just looking back to Rahadin. I said Rahadin. Looking back to Casimir, I'll just go, then you show us the way out. Or the way to the lich.
You could see Rahadin just kind of nod. Oh, I'll show you the way, but that's where we're gonna have to part ways a bit. Once we get downstairs, I have some things to take care of.
Good enough for me. Uh, with that, I'll end my turn.
All right. Real quick, let me grab some water.
Alright.
Yeah, so y'all know the deal in this midway we have. What do you guys think?
I'm making a skateboard.
What does everyone with brain cells think?
Okay, fuck you. I'm
I'm,
so
I'm
tired.
like, I'm
About
so, yeah,
what you
yo,
mean.
yo, I feel like I'm about to be fucking responsible for some deaths.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
I
have,
was
I shouldn't have,
actually
I shouldn't have took that long.
I was actually wondering if the reason why I asked should we go loud was because I was just gonna cast fireball in that room.
Please don't. Remember what happened last time we
Please
tried
don't.
fireball against fire
Please don't.
like monsters?
I
You ever
don't. It
play?
doesn't need to be fire. It can be pretty much anything really, any
Okay,
element. Like if I
just don't
wanted
pick. Just
to,
just
it
don't
can
just don't
be.
just don't pick fire. Fire against fire thing doesn't end well.
No, I know.
You play, you play
That's
Final
what this
Okay,
spell is
look,
Fantasy.
no.
called.
I mean,
If I
did you
wanted,
not just? They just explained that a stronger wizard tried to do something and they got fucking obliterated.
hey man, it was a question. If we're moving on, we're moving on. We just gotta deal with the ones to the east now, right?
I'm
Pretty
hoping,
much.
I'm hoping we can just like slip past them using Khan's snake thing, so we can just like make a break for the east.
God,
They're directly in front of the door, aren't they?
damn, I really, shit, man. I wish I could just some Whitehaven could do some freaking distance stuff.
Ow.
I mean, if anything, used up one of the favors. Maybe one of us can use something else. Get us a bit of extension to get to the actual dude or something.
Ow. What is that, by the way?
Hmm.
A fan
Found.
currently kicking
Oh,
the crap
whoops.
out of my.
Alright.
Yo, shut up. Shut up. It's not that bad.
Just don't get curb stomped by the fan.
Let me see. Yerm and Kester note the soft glow of a flaming skull coming into glow across the ground. You can't see him per se due to the door, but actually, let me just do this real quick for these because it would just be easier to just like angle them like this. Here we go. Uh, but you do note the glow as it seems to just be gurgling by itself. What do you do? Oh wait, why does Kester have to roll initiative again?
That's what I was wondering, but well, I mean at the end anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I guess.
Uh, okay. Well, seeing the glow coming in. Uh, fuck. I don't know. All right. I am going to cast a fog cloud centered on. Well, hold on a second. Let me just get this. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm going to cast a fog cloud centered right here. 20 feet all around, yada yada, so on and so forth. And using that little smoke screen, I am going to well, don't know if I- yes, under the cover of that smoke screen, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 this way, and try to make my way over to the other door using my memory. I end my turn.
muted.
Ouch. Without saying a word, Casimir leans into the door. He just kind of pops it open and rolls out, looking around. Looking back, he just kind of notes one of the schools is uh, way down by the east. Seems like it's looking for something. He just kind of slinks out, noting a glow. He slowly reaches his hand around and just kind of looks into a room. Stopping, he slowly kind of just and leaning back. Ah, coast seems clear enough.
Alright. Let's see if I can try to deal with
With
this.
that, it's Gil's turn.
Okay. That we'll agree to go ahead. We're not going to. There's 14 people over there. Hiding some stuff wise. Um, just to relay, we're agreeing not to go to the northern side, correct? Am I muted? Hello?
Yeah, we're not going there.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
I was gonna say you said something about going north.
Oh no, we're different. I agreed to go over there. So fair. Oh, far. It's open or closed. Seem dark. It's open or closed.
Is um is will open or close the door?
Yeah, I see the door. You guys see light coming out. Unless it's just that dark.
No, it's not. Your vision was set to 0 for some reason. What's your vision?
60 feet. Hold up. Hey. Okay, oh, now it's perfect. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's see. Okay. No, it's not light. Direction. Okay then. Hmm. Planet. I can put one more spot. Damn it. Shit. I could dash. Let's see. Let's see. Um, no, what's in the ground? Is there any traps? I could tell of any marks? Any
Um, as you look over the hall, you can't really tell much of anything. The floor and all the surrounding areas, other than the wall, well, including the wall, outside of the coating of thick amber on it, is made from a very much black material. It certainly looks marble as there's certain swirls in it, but it literally looks like you're looking at almost a night sky. It's really hard to tell if there's anything on the floor.
and
You don't know anything that you can see just visually that
mm,
would indicate there's a trap around you, though.
oh,
However, you may want to investigate more on your own, I guess, if
okay.
that's something you're looking to determine.
Right here then. Move down here. Listen to the door. Is anything any sound coming from this door? Any from this location right here?
You
And
don't hear anything, no.
what's ring to Casimir? I forgot his name, Casimir. Ask him what's the plan to do with the creature above? Has the glow in front of what's his battle plan?
Ah,
Please.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
okay.
Give me 1 sec. I almost choked on my goddamn water.
Oh God, no.
All right, so damn. All right, 1 more sec.
Mhm.
God, I have to use water to stop from choking from water. That's disgusting. That's so weird.
There you go.
You're asking about the flame skull to the east?
Yeah, Max. Casimir, what's the battle plan to deal with that creature?
Just kind of looking back at you and
Oh, well, I whisper.
being. I'm
I
sorry.
whispered. No, I whispered. Lane, I whispered.
Okay. Looking back at you, Casimir just kind of shakes his head, looking at you kind of wary. Uh, I'm probably going to kill it, or have tea with it.
Hmm, okay. With that said, um, hmm, stupid. With that, you see, what's it called? You see, Neo pull out a mask and place it on his face. As he does this, like you see spikes jet out the mask and like embed to his skull. As he hunches over in pain, you see the bones begin snapping and cracking, and like his bones become like his body becomes like, a little bloated a bit. After that, a green mist surrounds him as he transforms into a dire wolf. That's the bonus section. And let's see what else to do. For the bonus section, I'm gonna dash over here then. So 30, and end my turn right there. Okay, I almost lagged. Okay, I end my turn. Nani, Nani, Nani. Oh God, no. Uh, open doors. Oh, realizing this. Um, realizing there's
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I muted this whole time?
yeah. Like, oh shit.
Oh,
Jackson, the shit. Oh shit.
yo, tell me when I'm muted when I actually am like moving things around the map. What'd you
Oh,
say?
I thought it was it's like a secret thing. That's what I assumed. Oh
What?
God.
What do you mean it's a secret thing?
I
No.
don't know.
So anyway, your transformation was super loud. The fucking things came out. This was all actually like way better explained. Fuck this. Seeing this, Casimir just kind of sees them and sees you and just kind of shakes his head. What? 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 He just kind of is beside himself. You know, Casimir is just kind of very wary of the party at this point. As he kind of looks back, noting this, I meant to ask: is the direwolf large?
Yes, it's a large creature.
Uh, okay. I'm just gonna make your token large because
Yeah.
yeah, I could just make your token large. Or nah, do this. That's easier. Oh, it's probably not easier, right? Like I probably shouldn't be doing this. Sorry. It's just for size and stuff. Since you're transforming into animals,
Oh.
uh, you may want to make sure that all the token things are tokeny things. All right, cool. There you go. That'll work. Um, Hopefully you have your stat block, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
because my dire wolves are not the same as yours.
I got you.
Actually, they might be now that I'm looking at it. 17, 15, 15, 3, 12, 7. Is that the set?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
these are the same. Okay, cool. Oh, I could just use dire wolves then actually. I guess. Oh wait, does this do individual? Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I'm doing like dumb shit now. Anyway, does that end your turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
David. I made another bad impression. Fuck.
The who what?
I made another bad impression. Fuck.
Uh, okay. Relax there, Chief. Wait, fuck. Am I linking this to? Oh boy, I am. Wait, can I link this to other people? Sorry, now I'm doing shit I probably shouldn't be doing, but it's interesting. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Fuck, this dude's name starts with a G. Where is it? Tell me this shit exists. This shit would be really cool if I could do this. Oh, there it is. Uh, update token. Does that work?
Uh.
Let me see. I do that and put this here.
Okay. I'm black. Everything's dark now.
Oh, I bet. I don't think this exists. Yeah, fuck it. I have to do something later. This is stupid. No it's wasting of time.
All right then.
Um, brings us to Khan doesn't really have a turn. Yeah, Khan doesn't really have a turn. I need a 21. So this brings us to Tilgrim's turn. Sorry about that. There you go.
I am just going to seeing the I guess the green skulls jet out of the room. I'm going to move down right here and uh, which way are they facing currently?
Whom?
The skulls.
So the skulls are facing directly towards Grail, or I'm sorry, Gale. I keep putting an R in there.
Both of them, right?
Both of them, yes.
And just so I'm aware, is Gale and Casimir also staring at these skulls currently?
I know Casimir is staring at the skulls. I don't know if Gale is or not.
All right. Hmm. Okay, I am going to. Okay, I still don't have 5 feet of movements. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. I'm going to, as an action, because at this point we might as well just really point. I'm going to digging into once again the cloak of stars, pull out a mote and ball up my fist as it condenses. I'm just gonna blow it out of my hands, and as it flies forward, it fades away, only reappearing in front of. It fades away, and a moment later, the skull rocks backwards as if hit by an invisible force. I'm using the magic missile feature. Let me go ahead and do that for you. Where's going to hit? Since it's 7 motes, well, stars. What is it? 7? I'm just gonna have it hit in all over, not really where it's not really in one direction.
I'm sorry.
Hmm?
You're just gonna send them anywhere?
No. I'm hitting this guy, like where the body is specifically. It's not going to be hitting like one part of the skull. It's like one at his jaw, one in the back of his head, one in the middle of his skull, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because the way you said it just sounded like you were just shooting it wherever. With that, you see him kind of immediately just burst all these things. You could see the skulls, just kind of face getting torn apart, holes in it, just kind of emerging quickly as it just and just kind of shakes and floats up. You know the reaction. It just kind of sits there, just kind of spinning in a circle, twisting a bit. It kind of just immediately flips itself and looks towards you directly.
All right, and I am going to, with the rest of my movement, I'm going to actually. How tall is this barbarian?
Uh, Most of the berserkers are averaging about 6'1".
And the barbarian is currently standing, right?
All the barbarians are standing. Yes.
Okay. Then with the rest of my movement, I'm going to duck southward. Not ducking, but like just run southward, kind of putting a tall something between my line of sight of this flame skull and me.
You could have just said you're cowering if you'd like. You know that sounds right.
Uh,
As the berserker looks down at you, you could see him shaking his head with disdain.
when I hit the flame skull, you said it was like holes in it.
Yes.
Oh, so it's, okay, it looks really hurt. Gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like it's falling to pieces.
Okay. That is my. Is the barbarian glaring at me currently?
Sorry.
Is the barbarian glaring at me? Glaring?
So his back is towards you. He's looking on at the flaming skulls. He just looked back and shook his head at you when you scurried between his legs, basically.
Okay. Yeah, then that is my turn then.
Okey-doke. On the other side of the world, there's a man who's floating in the sky. Now this brings us to Lucian's turn. You note the door quickly snaps shut.
Yeah, like the door reappeared and shut behind me.
It just kind of reappeared, really. It didn't shut. It's just, that's my habit.
All right, taking what I learned from Lady Whitehaven, I'm gonna immediately try to head back to the other two I left behind. But first, I'm gonna just check up at this hallway. Any listen out for any footsteps.
You know that as you kind of just sit there, um, you don't really perceive the sound at first, but as you kind of float there, oh, actually, yeah, never mind. You're floating. Yeah, no, nothing, man.
like the sound,
Sorry, I forgot you were floating until I said you're floating up there, and I'm like, oh yeah.
like the sound of
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. So,
Yeah.
kind of waiting there, you kind of hear a sound. You're not sure what it is. It doesn't sound like footsteps. It just sounds like something like heavy is dragging against the ground. Um, Almost like it you're not really sure. It's just like it almost seems like something is being dragged, like something really heavy, and it's being dragged incredibly slowly. You're not sure what the material is. It just it's just a strange, just
And it's
stretching sound, and it's so slow.
it's coming from. Is it coming from the north?
Yeah, it's coming from the north. You can hear it just beyond the doors.
So immediately alarmed at this sound and how they were describing some kind of creature that made these cracks. I was so I didn't want to pause or anything. Did we cover if I could dash with the boots or not? I feel like we touched on that during the rock thing. What was the verdict on that?
You mean when you're flying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't dash while you're flying.
Gotcha.
Because if I'm not mistaken, like the technical rules, you actually have to be running to dash.
All right. I'll just keeping my height. Let me see. Hold on, let me see here. God, I wish I could zoom out. So I just fly straight down my full movement, moving briskly down this hallway while avoiding making sound without touching the ember on the walls.
Kind of looking into the room to the south, you note the strange glow. Well, you don't. You just kind of note just a plume of smoke, just kind of sitting in front of you. You can't see anything past it.
So under like pretty much in the area, like angling downwards, and just how to describe it. So basically, facing this way and angling a bit downwards, I'm gonna cast minor illusion, and it's just darkness.
You're creating darkness.
I'm creating an illusion of darkness.
No, no. I mean, like, actually, give me one sec. I'm trying to.
Like just like if something came in from the end of the hallway and just tried to look up at me, they would just see darkness.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Where are you putting the darkness?
Like pretty much right in like how far does that read? All right, so like directly in front of me.
That's kind of peaks.
Yeah.
And how far can you make the illusion?
I can make it up to 30 feet. I'm gonna just I'm gonna yeah, I'll just keep it that way in case something just full facing towards the other end of the hall.
Forgot how that would work actually. I'm sorry, you're casting it where?
Like directly in front of me, 15 feet up, just a wall of darkness essentially.
Directly in front of you, 15 feet up. A wall of darkness directly in front of you. So 5, 10, 15. So here, you're creating a wall of darkness?
So I can choose where it is. So like
Yeah, that's. I'm just. Yeah, I need to know where it is.
Ah, okay. Let's say it's like right here, right
And
here.
okay.
It's
So
it's just like darkness,
okay.
and I'm just matching it in height with my flight. So if someone just looks from that side, they just see darkness.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there.
Uh. Oh, what is? Oh, it's your boy, Frankie Tuna.
That's just rapper name, Frankie Tuna.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Frankie Tuna was the one starting beef.
I need Keel and Casimir to make a dex save. As a fireball in his last ditch effort launches a ball of fire from its mouth. You can see the green glow just kind of blaze and explode around you. Eruption. Justice like light. Oh. As the blaze kind of just engulfs around you. Just feel a singeing as the flames overtake you. You've been bloodied. Um, Instead of bloodied, however, you've been burned severely. You're going to suffer a d6 every start of your turn. Uh, you just kind of flinch, holding your body as your fur kind of just starts to cool off. With that, you note the sorry, you note the kind of flaming skull just in enraged as it calls to his south. You can hear him just to the south. You're not sure what it's doing as it kind of floats around in the air. Brings us back to Yerm's turn as your what's the word? As the glow kind of just sits. I'm sorry. Actually, you're just engulfed in smoke. You have no idea what's going on. I mean, you do, but well, hell, you can't see. It doesn't matter.
Start. Smile.
So just trying to wake his mate through the smoke. Jum's gonna just kind of back up out of it and just kind of keep watch for anything that might come out. Like still just like with his bow in hand ready.
Okay.
That's my turn.
This brings us to Bennett's turn. Mm.
So with that suddenly happening, Bennett is just gonna put one hand to his side. It was this flame skull right here that was badly damaged, right?
I'm sorry.
It was this flame skull right here that was badly damaged.
Yes, that is the one kind of now spinning around in anger. And why is this doing this? Sorry, my Foundry's been being weird when it comes to combat. But yes, that's the one that's heavily injured.
Alright. Uh,
Oh, I need to know how that works again. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
uh, it's just taking a while to load since everything's slow. I'm going to. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move from 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move right behind him. There ain't no here, so that sucks. 20, 25, 30, 25, 40, 45, 50, 60. So I can end up right there if I do that. So I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points. As Bennett kind of sees the whole sneaking go out the window, he's gonna put both his hands together as the tendrils kind of disconnect themselves from his back and start swirling around them, kind of forming just forming rings around his hand. As I give me a sec. As he parts his hands, the tendrils start to kind of interlock with a small orb forming, and as it bursts to life, it creates a firebolt that switches from a gentle fire to a crackling lightning. I'm gonna cast firebolt on that one right there. Give me a sec to because I use Quicken Spell, it will have only taking a bonus.
You definitely hit.
Couldn't see what I rolled, but yeah. So as he launches it, the lightning kind of just starts zigzagging through the air as it goes to strike at the flame skull.
And as it hits, you note the skull kind of getting just shocked through as it just kind of explodes and just bone fragments shatter across. You can see the flame just kind of stays for a split second before just going out as the creature just kind of what the hell goes boom. Seeing this, you note the other flame skull just kind of whips itself in a circle and just
Seeing that, I'm going to use my main action to dash. I think yeah. 55, 60. So right there. So getting rid of that one flame skull, and seeing as things have already gone south, I'm just gonna dash over here and keep an eye to my west and south as I end my turn.
Alright. With that, uh, yeah, no one sees that. This brings us to Kester's turn.
Okay. All right. Hmm. Okay. So, in light of my slow movements, Kester reaches an epiphany, and using prestidigitation, I attempt to create a board with wheels on it. Yes. Um, Creating the board, I get on it and push myself with my cane towards the door that is to the north. Uh, do I have any movement bonus to that, or is it just you push yourself with a board?
No, you just push yourself. I mean, if you're in it, you're physically pushing yourself. So the problem is, yeah, you move the
Oh,
same.
that's a waste of time.
I mean,
Okay,
you're
all right.
physically, yeah, you're exhausted, and now you're gonna push yourself on a cart.
I
Hey,
mean,
you're not moving very fast, man.
well, that's fine. It makes no difference then. So I move my full movement towards the door, but it has wheels on it. Anyways, yeah, I push myself towards the door closer and end my turn.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, if it had wheels on it, you would just kind of hit the door.
That's fine.
Okay. So you go ahead and hit the door. Uh,
Yeah.
just kind of a knocking sound.
Ooh.
With that, going back down towards uh this location is there. I don't think many people could see. Uh, Rahadin just kind of sits there and begins to kick Jotun's. Oh no, Jotun's not with him. Begins to just kind of kick in front of him. You note that he just kind of sits there, standing after his prayers. You don't know what he actually notes this. He kind of just looks around. It's just like walks off into the shadows, if you would. Actually, who could see this? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Casimir could see it. So yeah, Casimir just notes that with to the party. Rahadin just stopped his prayer and like walked away. I gotta move you here. Dragging you around. All right, and we're gonna. Ooh, what the hell? We're gonna end the session there.
Wow.
Um,
Yes,
yeah,
Mr. J.
and I'll let you
Good
guys
sesh.
go. What'd you say?
It's a good sesh.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Let me
That was,
phrase that. Let me phrase it. You did a good job DMing.
oh, cool. Thanks, Pimpin. That said, I was trying to wrap something up that I can't remember what it was. There's something on the map that needs to be moved. Sorry.
No problem, boss.
Oh,
Um,
oh, yeah. Technically, I have like extra 37 HP on top of my 35. Oh god, thank gosh, you all shape. Garcia, so bored.
yeah, I had to change your health to keep track of it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
At least
There, do
Rahadin moved. The bad part about this is now we don't know if we're gonna run into him or
What
not.
you mean? An easy move.
Is that
He,
the most of your problems? Those are the problems that you're facing?
yes, that is the most
Oh,
of my
okay.
problems because a lot of bad things can happen.
Mm-hmm. A lot of bad
Like,
Yo,
don't
this
worry,
man
don't
is
worry.
up for
I know
5
my
minutes.
priorities. I'm just listing the ones that are actively like changing right now with stuff.
I believe you. I believe you. I don't have those problems. That's why. I guess that's why.
Yeah, your only problem is, keeping your brain cells from rotting up there.
Yeah, man.
That's wild.
It's hard work. I tell you, it's hard work. Like, have you seen me?
Yeah, you don't use them at all. It must be real hard work.
Exactly.
Man,
Uh, well, the skateboard idea was pretty nifty.
I mean,
I mean,
Right?
I mean, wait,
Right?
hold on.
Like, yo, I literally sat here and I was just like, yeah,
I
what?
fixed my movement problems forever. That's
I mean, hey, if it's any consolation, I'm gonna copy that and make a snowboard at some point.
I thought you already did the snowboard thing.
hey, I mean,
we
Nah,
wanted to do
know,
the snowboard thing and we
never
got
to.
screwed
We
over.
didn't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, we didn't have enough time. I would have did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
we also couldn't snowboard where we were because you said we'll die quickly.
Death if you fail.
I mean, yeah, you would. I mean, you would fall off a mountain if you failed the turn, which would be a hell of an acrobatics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly. I'm willing to do that.
Yeah,
yo, as a
yeah.
penguin,
You
Yeah,
get the
you-
cool. You
you
get the
do
cool. You
it.
get the cool. You get the cool points. I want to do that.
Or you die. Or you die. The alternative is that you die.
Or he shows
I mean,
off his 6 snowboarding skills and he gets the cool points.
Okay, all right. Cool points or death. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, you got it, boss. I'll watch you. I'll watch you and I'll videotape it.
the irony.
As of
The
how-
irony of just like the tone switch between usually
Yo,
is
watch
crazy.
this. Yo, watch this sick ollie real quick off this mountain.
Yo, what's your next look like right now, my boy?
I'm pretty good for this, honestly.
Like, dog,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
expect to
Top
be
in the front.
I expect to be hearing all this out of King, not you. Like, y'all switched at some point.
What are you trying to? I don't know what you're talking about.
Let the man be confident in his skill.
I
No,
believe in him.
no,
Yeah.
I know. Like, I'm not questioning his skill. I'm just
Hey,
saying,
yo,
like, there was a
Mr.
tone
Jackson.
switch here.
So imagine this is like the that mountain on St. Markovia, and I'm snowboarding down.
Wow.
Yo, would that be good enough?
Yeah. You
Hey.
hit that turn real professionally.
And then what about the 6 extra turns after that?
Wait, let me think. There's
How
4
many
turns.
would I need?
There's 5 turns altogether. The last turn goes straight, so the last turn would be like I would say like roll at disadvantage probably.
Mm.
No, actually I wouldn't. The last one would just be a higher check because it's not. You don't have a disadvantage. I don't know how many you would need though. For the last one, well, for the last one, I imagine because it's a straight turn. If I'm being fair, that's probably a 25. Because
So
like
yeah.
you're literally turning, like you're not whipping around, like you're not curving around. You're literally just going like 90 degrees, like boop boop, and that's like up. Like I don't know anybody who could turn like that.
Hey, watch this 25. real
But yeah,
quick.
you might be able to, like, everybody could roll. You could roll what tops? You could roll a 28. So there you would just miss, but because of the distance, you probably wouldn't die, but you would literally crash into somebody's house, and that would start
That would
that would
start a
start
lot of
something
shit.
new. Yeah, that would
My
start a brand new thing.
bitch.
Yeah,
New side quest. Gotta pay someone back for the house.
you know,
It would also
Okay.
hate you forever.
I don't know. It
Like,
depends. Like
okay.
everything depends, because like it could be you landed on a kid, so now the parents are like,
Hey,
"Yo,
nah,
just
Oh,
stop
shit.
I don't want that
Holy
one. I don't
shit.
want that one. I don't want
Right?
that one.
Or it could be like, you landed on
Holy
a
shit.
burger.
Hey,
a
hold on,
burglar
stop,
and
stop,
murdered
stop,
them.
stop. I'll roll a D4 and decide which one would it be.
Holy shit.
So,
Oh, man, hit
kid.
a grandma.
Oh,
So-
shit, no, it's the kid.
Wait.
Yeah, man,
Oh
just
yeah.
murdered the little baby, man.
You
Remember the
murdered a
baby with
child.
no soul?
No, stop.
Yup,
It was
you
that
done
one.
murdered him.
The mother was
Oh,
just
shit.
getting used to him.
The mother
Holy
was just
shit.
getting used to him. Just sitting there like, you know what?
Stop,
This kid,
stop.
he may be soulless, but he's still my.
right? Right
Oh
there.
god.
At that moment, your snowboard like cut his head off.
Oh shit.
She's just holding. She's like holding the headless corpse,
Stop!
and then at that point, everything's quiet. I'm just like, roll initiative,
Hey yo,
Oh,
really turned
and
this
like she
man into
fights you with
Job.
like
Oh
the
my
baby,
god.
just like the
She fights
torso.
with the fucking Norbs.
You know what?
Oh
I
no.
think I can save the snowboarding for nowhere near a town. I'm good.
Oh no, wait. Okay, wait. I'm writing that one down.
Oh no.
I'm writing that shit down right now. That's gonna pop up somewhere.
Oh,
if I
I'm
start
I'm
doing
good. I'm good.
Nah,
I'm
it's
good.
not your choice, Chief.
Thanks.
If I DM something like crazy, that's fine to pop up. I'm writing that down.
That's
Oh,
only if I try to snowboard, which I would.
No, no,
That's
no,
only
no.
if I try to snowboard.
No.
It
See,
might just
see,
be because.
see what you did. What
Wait.
this just did was give me inspiration to make an enemy. So I'm making an enemy.
The one that just
God.
flies out of the air, like the freaking screaming guy in Sekiro.
Yeah. Him
oh,
and
Oh,
him
no, no,
and
no,
the
no.
crazy mother that uses her child's corpse to beat people.
Alright, that's actually kind of creepy, and I wouldn't feel comfortable playing the campaign
It's a-
going forward.
If it's a horror campaign,
I mean,
that would
if,
just
if,
fit.
if it's a horror campaign, I know what I got into. Otherwise, fuck that.
Like,
That's
where,
kinda
wait,
why
where the
Curse
fuck
of
else would
Strahd-
I put it? That would have to be in a horror campaign.
Yeah, it's like because it wouldn't fit. Like that's one of the cool things about Curse of Strahd. It's a like everything's like super fucked up and horror based. Like you got your movie monsters and you got your weird shit happening. So everything's okay.
You got fucking Jason coming through.
Well, fuck. Jason isn't scary.
I mean, nigga can't
I
die.
mean, to
Okay.
teenage campers he is.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I
if you're a horny
guess.
teenage camper or a teenage camper at all, yes, he's very
Wields
I
a
don't
scary.
gun.
believe that any of
Wields
us
a
are
gun.
those.
Wields a gun.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up.
Okay, wait. Wields a gun. You're saying this to a guy who come back from the dead.
Yeah, man.
Your gun isn't
With
gonna
the
do
arms-
shit. How many
No,
times
just
he's
shoot him
been shot?
again.
You know how
He's
many
like a
times he's
slow
been
barbarian.
shot?
In the face?
I'm just assuming you haven't seen the movies.
I'm
Jason?
done with. I'm done with
Jason.
the snowboard thing. I'm done. I can't.
Oh yeah, Jason's immortal, bro.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
shot.
I agree.
Like he got killed once, came back to life as a
He's-
zombie.
He's
Proceed-
dead. He's just he's a
Proceed-
dead dude. He's
yeah.
just. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That sounds like Wall of Force.
Proceeded to get, and if I remember right, I think he didn't he get hit by a firing squad by the police at one point?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, and then he just walked through that shit.
I mean, if the lore is to be believed, he was frozen in time and brought back thousands of years in the future on a space station, and they threw him out into the airlock, and he still
What
fucking
the
came back.
Yep,
What the fuck?
came
I think
down
at
to
the
like
end
a
they launched him
meteor.
into a sun or some shit. Yeah, like it. Yeah, there's a lot of just dumb shit. I don't know. Slasher films are weird.
Oh,
Jason's
wait.
cool though.
I don't
Oh
think-
god, I'm not
Revenge
hitting
for
shit.
his mom, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Holy
am not,
shit.
not hitting shit.
Wait, no, they didn't throw
Oh,
him into
God.
the sun. They tried to ditch him on a planet, and he got sent out of the airlock. He came down like a comet, and then I think the ending was still showing that he was alive somehow. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, Bio
So, why
Jason,
can't-
very terrifying. Basically, the Terminator.
Oh, there's no thing. There's no durability add proficiency bonuses to the animal attacks. Holy shit! Can't shit.
What do you mean?
The animals hits kind of ass because I can't shit.
Yeah, doesn't
You-
it say you take on its stats and everything, right?
Yeah.
Except for the
Yeah.
certain... Yeah, you would have its attack.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I mean, sleep at least. I don't know. At least I proficiency bonuses. Holy shit, man! Like,
So his to hit is bigger than mine. What the fuck? This is
oh, you mean I
unfair.
can't hit shit? Even with peptidics, I can't still do shit.
Wow, eyes, you're indirectly indirectly insulting my
Alright.
abilities now.
I'm
God,
gonna,
I can't believe this.
I'm
Yo,
gonna
at
dip a
some
bit
point in
early.
this campaign,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see y'all later.
later.
All right, with that, I'm gonna the brain. I'm gonna end it here. Hi. What? Wait, why did I say hi? My brain is very, very slow. Very fucking slow. Okay, so thank you all for watching. That's what I should have said. We're gonna wrap up the stream here. That's also what I should have said. hopefully my brain doesn't lag behind. Give it a few seconds to catch up. Maybe it was Foundry being slow that caused my brain to react in the same frame rate. I don't know. But yeah. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all for watching. Oh, so much. We are going to send a raid out. Like thinking. I'm thinking who we can actually send the raid to. Yep, there they are. Alright. So we are gonna go raid. Let me get the full name here. Hold on. Twitch, stop being weird. Alright. We're gonna get a raid Mistress Mjolnir. She's right now playing Generation Zero. I know she's gonna play it with her husband Bat Cow. And I'm going to jump in for a game. Hence why I kind of dipped from the call a bit early when usually I would sit here for about, let's say, like an hour or so talking. But yeah, I wanted to pop in, say hi, and probably play with them. So yeah, let's go over, give them so much appreciated love. Thank you all for watching oh so much. If you're here for more D&D, we're going to continue Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're here for DKW, ladies and gentlemen, with everything going down, a lot of stuff has changed. We already changed the world heavyweight champion already. So yeah, that'll be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday for DKW. And yeah, if you're looking for D&D, Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We start probably around like 7:15, 30ish, because D&D sessions never actually start on time when you want them to. But thank you all for watching, and I will see each and every one of you beautiful people in the next one. Sayonara.